You look so good, Arran. This is the first preview, the first live stream we're doing of the new game, Talk Drift 2. So a whole bunch of people hopefully are seeing this for the first time. For anyone joining who hasn't watched a Twitch stream before, it's been a while since we've done one, and we're stoked to be back. As you can tell, it's just a normal day at the office. Got Arran. This is his normal clothes. It's nothing different, actually. Bruh. I actually have an outfit as well that we're going to put on live.
We're having a release party, Halloween themed, tonight, and like literally right outside those doors is where we're going to have the party. And so
yes,
I thought I'd put the costume on, like a sad, wrinkly pumpkin.
There is like gravity has not been
good to this pumpkin.
Good to this pumpkin.
No, it hasn't. So, anyway,
shall we do it? Let's go. Let's go.
All
We're going into
right.
talk. We're going to change the stream over into the game. This is Talk Drift 2, everybody. I would assume there's a bunch of people who haven't seen any of this yet. We're in the garage at the moment. Arran's just gonna do some shopping, I assume.
So I'm just going to bang through a couple of cars that you're going to see in the future, and we can dive into it a bit further.
In Talk Drift 1, we did like one version, like one spec or one model of each car. But in Talk Drift 2, we're making like as many of the real world like production cars of this model as we can, or the most important ones at least. Drifting M4, getting used to the folder structure type menu. It's a little odd. We are actually, this is the first version of it. We're adding some things to make it clearer, like what each level, to make it easier for people. But it's to allow you to like organize each of them, because we have it like several models of each car. Like if you go to the 35, R35, yeah. Like
these are all different
yeah.
releases, different variants, different specs. So it's 2017, 2020. They've all got different interiors. Check out all the interiors. Like we've really gone quite intense on this front. So
you got Junior 16 in the chat. When is it released? So you can play this, and Luna as well. Is it out already? You can play this now. You can go download it for free on the Epic Game Store.
It is early access, and there are quite limited things, but we wanted to get it out as soon as possible, so you guys could give us feedback and play it and have fun.
So there's a public roadmap of the features and everything that's coming out and that we're building, which super exciting. But you can come in, download it for free. You can check out all of the cars and parts, customize. And then you can take the 370 Series 1 and the 180 CA18 out on the track, which we're going to do soon as well. Luna as well, can we play this on console? Not yet. This is on PC only for now. We do plan to release on console as well, though, in the future. Go around the garage a bit, Arran, showcase the... So you got our driver there. There's going to be driver customization at some stage.
Keychain, it's going to be a whole kind of game design element. You collect them and unlock things, and yeah. So
Battle Jetta, can I bring cars from Talk Drift 1 to number 2? So you won't be able to bring all your cars, but we are working on some things to allow you to bring over, to get you benefits based on your gameplay and Burnout and Drift 1, so that you can bring stuff over into the new game. But you won't be able to bring over your whole garage.
Shall we get driving? Can I start driving?
Yeah, yeah, you can drive. You can go. All right. You can drive. Arran is eager. We just jumped on Endale. This is one of 2 tracks that are available in the preview.
I was the physics. We had a bit of a breakthrough about a week and a half ago, and I gotta say, I love this so much.
I think one of the big things that's noticeable between Drift 1 and 2 is the weight and the grip of the car feels much more accurate. So we spend a lot of time, not a lot of time, but we spend time taking our own drift cars out and getting a feel for how drift cars behave and how to control them and grip levels and just generally how cars behave under these dynamic kind of conditions, like loss of traction, but with traction, horsepower, acceleration, all that. Everything in this game, just due to us building it in Unreal Engine 5, opposed to Unity, which is what we built our previous games in, we needed to rebuild essentially everything. I think in our heads, we were like, we're going to bring over a lot of stuff and then
recycle stuff, but nope, we did everything. I think we've modeled this track maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Everybody in the chat, playing Talk Drift 1 on this track, you actually can't leave. You can't get to the outside area, and that's one of the things that we're really keen to be able to let everybody explore a bit more. There is more area at the back. There's like the drag strip and the car park, which eventually we want to open up. It's not, that area is not ready. But yeah, there's like some cool areas out the back that you can create new layouts and drift around, or like kind of free roam. We've spent most of the time right now, well, I would say not that we've spent the most time, but we're more happy with how it's feeling on controller. We are working constantly on the wheel support. We actually started with wheel and then built up from the ground instead of trying to go down. So it's built to feel the best on wheel. We're just not there yet. So we're still working on that. But one of our goals is that pro drivers can practice like on the layouts and in the cars in the game on their sim rigs. Will open lobbies have better sync so we're able to see people banging on our doors? Yeah, that's definitely something we never got to, like in TD1.
Yeah.
Just due to the platform, it's much
latency
harder.
Was always an issue.
Latency is much more difficult.
Drifting against people in different regions of the world, you're talking about servers and ping times and predictions, and like there's a lot of games that do it really well, but it's complex. But guess what? We've moved from Unity to Unreal. It gives us access to a whole different bunch of network settings and systems that we didn't have access to before. So, yeah. And
PCs just generally have better network connection, more stable network connection than mobiles. So, yes, basically it's going to be much better. We're working on this right now, so multiplayer lobbies, and actually if you went and looked at the Trello, the roadmap that Jaden sent through, you'll see modding and multiplayer lobbies. So they're 2 things we're working really hard on right now. Get out before the end of the year. Modding, super excited about that. You're going to be able to build your own tracks using Unreal Engine. So you just kind of, whether you use different modeling packages like Blender. Oh, Arran, you're ripping it. Nice.
Not really.
Yeah, so there's a big kind of community of people who build tracks for like Assetto Corsa and other games like that. So we're really hoping that we'll be able to provide a cool and easy to use tool set for people to bring over their tracks or build new ones. The modding will be on PC first, just because we're on PC. So I'm looking at your comment, Brad. But also on console. So yeah, really excited about that. And we'll do like featured kind of tracks. You'll be able to build up your like profile as a community modder and bring in heaps of tracks in, which is going to be really cool. Okay, so that would mean that you need a PC to mod, but you can download additional mods from an additional tab in the game on console. Yeah, that's exactly right. So
Correct.
you would build the mods on PC, and then they will be available to download in the garage area, and then you'll be able to load them up and drive.
So we should talk technically about some stuff. So there's been some people who love the audio and some people grumbling. So basically, we're taking a little bit of a different approach. A lot of this stuff is simulated audio, which gives us a lot of benefits. We can make any engine based on the settings of an engine. And what you're hearing now, we don't have a limiter. So there's a couple of things that are going to improve the sound as we move forward. But if you jumped into any car and you held the accelerator down, it's going to sound like this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's a lot of like effects and stuff that we're going to be layering on over the top. Like backfires, like anti-lag, kind of based on car setup.
Gear shifting, sequential.
Yeah,
flashing as
camera like movement, do that more sense of speed. And yeah, there's a whole different audio setup when you're in the car, so that it makes it sound like you're in the car, just stuff like that. So that's all going to be rolled out like over time. The icebreaker, there are going to be more graphic settings for PC, like show FPS and stuff.
Correct.
Absolutely. Basically everything, yes. Not everything, yes, but there's a lot that we're working on and adding. But the best thing is that we're building it alongside you all. Like, you are the players, you are the ones we're building this for, so your suggestions are really important and much appreciated. So channels like this, or on the Discord, if you're not already part of the Discord, drop your feedback in there, and we really do listen. So we're in there, the team's in there talking, and a lot of things that we decide are based on these conversations that happen on Discord or other platforms. So
Billy, do you want to have a drive?
yeah, I do actually. Is the cable long enough? At some stage, I've got to put my costume on, because I said that I would do it.
Maybe if someone subs, you can do it.
If someone subs, I'll put on my costume.
Take it off. Here we go.
I'm not taking anything off. I'm just putting. I don't want the chat to get the wrong impression. I'm not taking anything off. I'm just putting layers on.
Can we just talk about the physics, guys? Come on, like when you're watching this, what does everyone think? Because like playing it just feels amazing, and it's something that I want to get right. Like it's something that it'll make or break the game.
Yeah, when we talk about feedback, it's like this is the first iteration of like us putting driving out there for feedback. So it's like no one should be like, this is how it is. It's the only, it's not going to change. It's like, no, like, tell us what you think, because we're building this for you guys. Jesus.
So we got a comment. Traction. Physics lets you lose and maintain loss of traction really easily. Is it still satisfying? It is very satisfying, to be honest. Yeah, it's cool. We've actually had comments the other side where people are saying the grip racing is not great. And I'm like, well, we didn't design it to be a grip racing game, but we might be interested to support that in the future. I'm pretty sure Assetto Corsa wasn't made to be a drifting game, but people modded it and got it working. So, yeah.
Yeah, the car's definitely set up to be very slide happy. So we are actually working on a few things now to just make it, if you want to rip it in a straight line, here's the thing, right? So if you're using a controller, like your input, there's things that we have to put over the top to filter, in a way, like what you're doing with the controller, because this little trigger here is essentially you going from not foot on the accelerator in a real car, let's say, to foot to the floor. Like, and you just don't do that in cars. If you do, you will lose traction straight away until you back off. But the way that everybody's used to driving with controllers or other inputs, it's like on or off essentially. So there's things we have to do to make sure that grip levels stay in check, even though you've got the foot to the floor. Making sure that the car's.
It's the same with
power.
steering, to be honest. Like your thumbstick, you have about a centimetre of play, and that has to do what a steering wheel does, which is 900 degrees of rotation. And so there is quite a lot going on, but it has to feel fun. Billy and myself drift cars in real life, and we're trying to get that similar sense. And you're talking about grip racing versus drifting. When you set up a drift car properly, it is slide happy. It wants to break loose, and you are sliding around like this.
Yeah, so I mean, we've set up the cars to be slide happy, just like our BRZ in real life, but totally understand. It'd be good to have a balance. So
yeah,
so we're working on that.
Will pro cars have a different schemes from earlier seasons? Yes, we are going to do that.
Different liveries? Is that?
Yeah. Like if they have the 2017 version, whatever.
Yeah.
I think similar to what we did in Talk Drift 1. I think when we get the paint editor in, people will be able to make their own liveries anyway.
Go check out the roadmap for anyone who hasn't already. There's lots of exciting things on there.
An RC drift game. There's one guy in the studio. He's been hassling me to put an RC.
That is him.
Huh?
He's in the chat. He's
that's some cheeky. So
good.
The problem with putting an RC drift game into the game before you get the full drifting physics, there might be a confusion that it's a RC drift game. So, but there could be a mode for that.
So the question
definitely not against it.
What's that question there?
Here we go.
Rudy?
Are you all working on engine sounds? Okay, so engine sounds is really interesting. It's good that you guys are asking questions and care, because we also care a lot. Engine sounds make a quite a large difference. What you're hearing now, I believe it's pretty good. Okay, what we are missing are a few things. Is limiter bashing, and rev limiters is quite a required thing and makes things sound very, very different. All the cars in the game are going to have their own engine sounds. It's all related to the engine, obviously. But here's the thing. If you put a turbo on it, it's going to change the sound. And basically, all the engine sounds, it's a layered system, and it's gonna make a difference when you change stuff. So, what else? What else can we say about engine sounds, Billy?
They're difficult to get right. They are difficult because there's also one thing, like what you think a car sounds like and what it sounds like can actually be quite different. And so, especially in a game setting, realistic isn't always what you want to hear, if that makes sense. Like, it's like you want, and I agree with this, you want to have a saturated, like an increased version of what that car sounds like everything's turned up, like to get that visceral kind of experience. I actually think the latest Crew games has done the best job that I've heard in a car game for that sense of urgency, and that the like limiter bashing, the like rumblings, the cracking, it's like a car, especially a drift car, they're not perfect. They're not like Lamborghinis purring, and they've got creaks, they've got like transmission sounds. And I would say Talk Drift 1 was very FD US focused, but there's a lot more content going to be coming out of Japan, Japanese tracks, more like street layouts stuff too.
Toge. Yep.
Toge's. So Talk Drift 2 is, as a player, you're essentially, you know, starting from the bottom. You're coming. Well, there is a intricate backstory. So everyone from Talk Drift 1 will know the Hakone track. At the bottom of that track is a town, a city. That town is the town where your garage is in Talk Drift 2. And you're, through mysterious storylines, coming back to your garage. And if you've seen the Talk Drift 2 cinematic trailer that came out not too long ago, your race manager says, welcome back. And you're like, oh, okay, you know, I've been somewhere and I'm back, and now I'm building up my reputation again as a drifter in the scene. And so you're competing on street layouts for reputation, and then you're competing on the Formula Drift circuit in the US and Japan for rank. So there's kind of two different lives, I guess you could say.
Ghost Bit wants more downhill tracks.
More
Agreed.
downhill tracks,
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like cars are built quite differently. Whether like if you're competing on the FD circuit, you have like really out there liveries, and they're very in your face with brands and everything. And street cars, especially street cars that are drifting, the Toge's and stuff, they're very different. They're built different for the kinds of terrain. Like horsepower isn't as important as like car control, and yeah, really fine control over the car.
Billy, either you put your costume on, or I'm going to take this off.
Okay.
I'm really hot. Either one.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You pass it over. So I thought I had a costume at home. I didn't. And so we went to the costume shop. I had decided on a costume, and it was a furry costume. Yeah, I had like a tail, little ears, and and I was like, okay, I'm gonna dress up as a furry, but it's just too much. And so
I think, don't we get to decide if it's too much, Billy?
no, I think I did actually, because I was the one there buying it. And so instead, I've just bought your classic Bogan starter pack.
Anyone doesn't know what a bogan is?
Can we swap over
The
to
Australian red deck. Yeah.
So this is my wig, my mullet. It's my dirty mo, and some over the top sunnies. I think this would be like upper echelon, upper class Bogan. Yeah, like maybe made a lot of money in the mines. Kind of
We just put it on.
It was like stop. Actually, okay. Oh, this is lush. Not as good. I thought this was gonna be worse quality. Hang on. It is very thick. I think because I'm upper echelon Bogan, I think they would drink BBs.
That's ridiculous.
You know, I actually don't feel that different.
You have to say hell yeah, brother.
That's not Australian.
No, it's not.
Hell yeah, brother.
That was pretty bad, American.
Hell yeah, brother. Brother. You guys, it's hard.
No, I'm not. I'm wearing a stupid pumpkin. That's enough.
Oh,
Will there be removable hoods? Good question.
everyone in the
Maybe,
art department upstairs is sweating. But
It is like we want to do it. It was always kind of planned to do open hoods, but the complexities around creating all the engines, and then we are doing swappable parts. So
Yeah.
so like, you know, turbos and intake filters and
And it's like if we,
manifolds and rocker covers and like where do you stop? Where do you start? Where do you stop? So Okay, let's just say if you guys support us and we have the ability to do it, then we will do it.
Sky's the limit.
It's freaking cool, I want to see a backy. Come on.
Is that Jill? Okay, can I do it in the 370? It's got more power.
Do you know what? If you can't achieve it, okay, Jill, you're the one that's tuning it, so it'll be your fault. Is that right?
Yeah. It's actually classic.
The pressure on you, Jill. You asked for it.
360 entry. We could try recreate the garage 360.
Yeah, Jill's like, that backfired quick. Oh, you don't know. You can do it. It's not really a backy.
No, it was just literally, it was a normie. That was a normie. They're very small.
How realistic
small cones.
to how a chassis affects drifting in real life? Is that replicated in the game?
Oh, come on, that's a backy, kind of. Not really.
Well, weight makes a difference. Tires, and the center of the mass of the car, like
A lot.
yeah.
Tire curves. Okay, when you go, so tires in real life are made of these different compounds, right? And they're actually very complicated.
No.
Oh, Jesus, that was
there you go,
brutal.
360.
There you go. There's a 360 entry.
And a backy into a backy.
Tires are complicated in real life. It's actually like you can't figure out what tires are made of. They're like well, you can, but they're like secret compounds, right? It's like tight kept thing in the industry. Sorry, I'm focusing.
Can't do both.
And when you're recreating physics, a lot of it comes down to the tire curves and the profiles and.
Mighty Scrimper, is there plans to customizing the fitment?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, there's your.
Everyone wants to adjust their fitment for sure. Totally. Ride height, spacing, offsets.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it under such stressful conditions.
Check out the reflections. Oh my god.
I'm not sure people understand. Let's go! Come on!
The chasing camera looks better.
Oh my god! I did it! Oh.
The chasing
Sorry.
camera looks better on TD1. Yeah, we're still doing camera work. Don't worry about that too much. You just kind of.
We're working on literally everything that you see, so everything will continue to be improved over time.
And if you see it, there's a really good chance we see the same thing. So, yeah. Will some of the pro cars from TD1 be in TD2? Yes, we're signing as many drivers as we can. We love the pro drivers, and they do some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I would love to get a Dan Burkett Mark IV Supra in there. I love the Supra.
Did you think of Dan because I'm wearing a mullet?
Yeah, exactly. I did.
Yeah, you did. Dan.
First person look.
Guy,
okay, someone's asking about first person look. We are going to do first person. Just yesterday, I was looking at some of the settings, banging through the different cameras that we're going to have. Yeah, we're going to have first person.
Yeah.
Will the game style be turn-based like the first game? No, I want to do it all real time. I think that that's how we want to do it. But latency is obviously extremely important, or the lack of. So, yeah, we've got one of our lead developers working on networking at the moment and multiplayer, and how it's going to work. But with drifting, you need, prediction. It all needs to be quite precise, and I want people to feel like they're really running someone's door. Yep. One last question from Ghostbit. We're going to sneak it in.
Yep.
Will there be multiple garages?
Ooh.
I think that's a very similar question to if we're to open hoods. It's like if the game's successful, then yes. But we would love to do multiple garages. and customizing your garage. I think it's really important that people can show their style in their own garage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And damage. As well.
Well, we already built an entire damage system, but it was using the old physics.
Yeah.
And so now we've got to basically redo it. But the code and the smarts is there. We just got to change it for the new physics.
Yeah. There's lots to do. We better get back to work, Aaron. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this first TD2 stream. It's been fun. This won't be the last. So hope everyone joins us. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Leave your feedback. Go download Talk Drift 2 on the Epic Games Store. It's free on PC. And yeah, enjoy the driving. Give us your feedback. All right.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone, for joining. We'll catch you next time.